Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of NASCAR Radio. This is episode number 69 of NASCAR Radio, where trading cards and racing meet. I'm your pal Val, and with me is the amazing Jason. Jason, how are you?
Doing well as always, Val. Got some good stuff to talk about today.
Yeah, looking forward to it. And then the man, the myth, the legend, King NASCAR, Logan, how are you?
I'm doing well. I'm still mythical.
Exactly. So we're going to recap the Camping World Truck Series, Xfinity, and Cup Series. We have our playoff 4 contenders of each division set, and we'll talk about those races and who's in, who's out. And then we'll talk a little or discuss F1. And then we're going to talk about the elephant in the room, the 2021 Panini Prizm that is released today. So let's get it all started and talk about the Camping World Truck Series. That was race number 21, and that was the 23rd annual United Rentals 200. That was Saturday, October 30th at Martinsville Speedway. Zane Smith was our winner. Highest finishing rookie was Chandler Smith at position 4. And Zane, he needed that win to move into the final 4. He pulled it off.
Boy, did he ever.
So we had Zane Smith, Austin Hill, Tanner Gray, Chandler Smith, Matt Crafton, top 5. And with that, our playoff standings after Martinsville was Zane Smith, Ben Rhodes, Matt Crafton, and John Hunter Nemechek. They all will participate in the championship 4. Sheldon Creed, Stuart Friesen, Chandler Smith, and Carson Hocevar missed the championship 4.
Yeah, that was a heck of a race. Zane Smith crossed the line with David Gilliland spinning with 1 lap to go, and they threw the caution. And Zane Smith actually, he was just barely ahead and won that race. That was a heck of a finish. I like those finishes where people are trying so hard that they're spinning across the start finish line. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah, it was a wild finish.
Yeah, and you saw that John Hunter Nemechek got wrecked by Austin Self on lap 130, and he was out, and he almost did not make the cut. And that would have been a shame because he's had a career year this year.
Yeah, he was only about 4 points above Sheldon Creed.
Yeah, and I think it's a shame that Sheldon Creed didn't make it either because he really started out hot, but then he had a lot of bad luck going through the middle stretches of the playoffs.
Yeah, there was a time where he had gotten so hot, and you thought for sure he was going to make it through to defend his championship, but fell short. So it was awesome though to see Ben Rhodes in there, and of course John Hunter Nemechek and Zane Smith.
Yeah.
So Matt Crafton's a previous multiple champion, I believe. So setting up a good one there for Phoenix.
Yeah, he's the old man of the series.
Yeah, he is. He is. And Zane Smith, his rookie cards in 2018 Donruss. He's in the next in line. And that's the insert set that's, I guess, famous for having the Haley Deegan in there as well. And there's the base, there's cracked serial number to 999, and then the explosion number to 99. There's also signatures in there in 2018, the signature series. And there's an unnumbered version, number to 25, the hollow gold, and then black, serial number to 1. And then also signatures in 2018 Panini Certified with the certified next signatures. They're all either numbered from 210 or less. He's in a 2018 Panini Prime, Claire Silhouettes, serial number to 99, hollow gold to 50, and black 101. And then he's in base, or has a base card in Victory Lane, 2018 Panini Victory Lane, card number 40. And there's a few different parallels in there: silver, gold, red, blue, green, black, and the 4 printing plates: black, cayenne, magenta, and yellow. So Zane Smith in the championship 4.
Yeah, 2018 was a good year for rookies.
Yes, it was. Next race, Phoenix, Raceway, the Lucas Oil 150. That's November 5th, Friday. Green flag 8:05 p.m. Stages are 45, 90, 150 laps for 150 miles. There is going to be practice Friday from 11 a.m. to about 12, and qualifying Friday as well. So a little different than before, where we had no qualifying, no practice. So they're giving them opportunity to practice. So
Yeah, I think they're going to do that across all the series, if I'm not mistaken.
that is correct. Which, it's good that they're doing that. So
Yeah, I think it evens the playing field because if somebody comes in there and just happens to hit the setup just right and everybody else misses it, I'm not going to say that's not fair or fair. I will say that whoever does that is probably the most well prepared person or driver and team there. But having practice does give everybody an equal chance to dial their cars in or trucks in. So I like that.
yeah, any predictions? Who you think is going to win the truck championship?
I think, well, I don't know. I would say John Hunter Nemechek, but he just got in on the skin of his teeth, and he has not had a good playoffs, in my opinion. Out of all those, though, I don't see Zane Smith doing it. I really don't think Ben Rhodes is going to do it. Matt Crafton might have a chance. So I'm just going to stick with John Hunter Nemechek. I'm just going to stick with that. That's who I picked originally before we started, so that's what I'm going with.
And maybe he gets hot at the right time. You just need that one. And again, if you're not familiar with the format, whoever finishes the highest of the four will win the championship. They do not necessarily have to win the race, so they just have to finish above the other three. And the highest finishing rookie, Chandler Smith, we've talked about his cards before. He's in the 2021 Donruss with Signature Series, and then he actually has quite a bit in 2021 Chronicles with Base Chronicles, Chronicles Autographs, Obsidian, Score Autographs, Select Autographs, and Spectra. I have not pulled his list to see if he's in Prizm, so we'll have to do that next show. So it's going to be too close to call. I was just thinking about who I think originally our original picks. I think Logan, we both picked John Hunter Nemechek. I'd love to see Ben Rhodes maybe, but I don't know if him or Matt Crafton, they can pull out a win. But because I don't think Matt has won a race this season. And John Hunter Nemechek, like you had said, was like red hot in the beginning of the season, but it seems cool. But like I said, he's got to finish, or they have to finish highest of the other three. So we'll see if John Hunter Nemechek can pull it off.
Yeah, I'd like for him to. As everybody knows out there, I like Kyle Busch, and he drives for Kyle Busch. So, and it's Toyota, and I own a Toyota. So yeah, I'm all for John Hunter Nemechek.
Xfinity Series, that was race number 32. That was the second annual Dead on Tools 250, and that was Saturday, October 30th at Martinsville Speedway. Noah Graskin pulls off the big win. He had to win to get in, and he was calling it before the race. And our highest finishing rookie was Sam Mayer at position 4. That marks the second one. In the Camping World Truck Series, the highest finishing rookie was position 4. And Zane Smith had to win to get in, and Xfinity was kind of the same with Noah Graskin having to win to get in. So it was good to see that.
Yeah, and he was the first person or first driver to win in the round of 8. The other two were non-playoff contenders, so he actually won his way in.
They seem to be peaking here in the last few weeks. He had won those 2 back-to-back in one of the rounds. So I would say I know Austin Cindric and AJ Allmendinger are in there, but we'll see. It's going to be, I think, a tight championship race. So
yeah, and our friend who may listen to the show or may not, Ty freaking Gibbs, he spun out. He was having another tiff with Sam Mayer, and when he spun out, he took out Harrison Burton with him. So that kind of ruined Harrison Burton's chance for making the playoff, making the Final Four. But Ty Gibbs, he was doing good. He was leading there for a while. He was having a good race until he got spun out.
Yeah, he was. I thought for sure he was going to win that, but like you said, he got spun out and fell back into the 20s after that spin.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough time to recover. He got a lap down, and I kept thinking they had a couple cautions after that. I kept thinking, well, maybe he'll be the first car one lap down, but he wasn't. So he never was able to get his lap back. I think if he got his lap back, I don't think he would have won, but I think he'd have been up, closer to the front for sure.
Yeah, with that win for Noah Gragson, him having to win, that forced like Justin Allgaier, Justin Haley, Brandon Jones, and Harrison Burton. They do not advance. So Noah Gragson, Austin Cindric, Daniel Hamrick, and AJ Allmendinger are eligible for the championship 4.
Yeah, I thought there on that very last coming out of turn 4 where Austin Cindric got underneath Noah Gragson, I thought that, man, maybe he might have a chance, but since Gragson was on the outside, he had more bite and more RPM, so he had he had more speed coming out of there, so that helped him win.
I know we talked about Noah's rookie cards before. He's in 2017 in Donruss. He has a signature series in there. Unnumbered version, numbered to 25, the Hollow Gold, and then the Hollow Black 101. 2017 Panini Absolute. He has a base card there. Looks like that's his only base card in 2017. There are a few parallels: silver, numbered to 299, blue to 199, red to 99, gold to 25. There's printing plates, the 4 101s, Panini Select signatures. There's an unnumbered version, the blue to 50, red to 25, gold to 10, and checkered flag prisms 101. Sure love those checkered flag prisms.
Yeah.
And then Panini Torque, trackside signatures, unnumbered version, blue to 75, red to 49, green to 25, and checkerboard to 10. And Sam Mayer, which I want to say we talked about him quite a bit this year, 2020 Donruss. There's multiple parallels in that. The printing plates, optic signatures, 2020 Panini Chronicles with score autograph, Spectra, National Treasures, and then 2020 Panini Prizm signatures signing sessions with about 10 different versions of that. So our next race is the Xfinity Series Championship at Phoenix Raceway. That's 8:30 p.m. Saturday. Stages are 45, 110 laps for 200 miles.
Yeah, I'm glad they're not doing double headers with Truck and Xfinity. I'm glad they're letting them each have their own day and time to celebrate. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, Friday night for Truck, Saturday night for Xfinity. And then moving over to the Cup Series. That was race number 35. That was the 73rd annual Xfinity 500, and that was Sunday, October 31st at Martinsville Speedway. Alex Bowman is the winner. Highest finishing rookie is Anthony Alfredo. And that was an interesting race there. Denny Hamlin was not too pleased with Alex Bowman.
No. And I really can't blame Denny for that. But what I can say about Denny is, I just don't think it was really cool of him to go into Alex Bowman's celebration after winning the race and running into his car and pushing him around. I mean, in these days and times, that's just not cool.
Yeah, I think that with all the emotions and the cutoff races and the points and the way everything is working, years past before this playoff system, it could be locked up and it's not as critical, some of these races, but and I think this is what they were trying to do with this player format, is to make it interesting and suspenseful. So And with that, you have winners and losers, right? But yeah, I didn't think it was cool for Denny to have that kind of show there in such a public way. Usually, they'll settle it on the pit road or something like that, but to do that with the car the way he did it, but
I kind of would like to have seen that.
well,
few punches thrown here and there. I wouldn't have no problem with that.
I'm sure the officials wouldn't have liked that, but
So did you guys see the comments that he made about Bowman?
was that where it was a hack?
Yeah, I caught the end of the race, not too much of the beginning, with all the Halloween stuff going on, and then I was kind of looking through stuff as you guys were talking, and some of his comments, like, it's so weird how NASCAR is such a different sport than some of the others, because I don't feel like this would fly as much as and it's like being printed on the NASCAR website, and I feel like if it was baseball, basketball, football, that wouldn't be the case. Now, for comments like those, and obviously this isn't like card related directly, but comments are different than the actions, of course. So for comments like those, would he get any sort of punishment?
I don't think so.
No, but he did drop the F-bomb.
I missed that. I know Kyle Busch got in trouble. He's going to have to take some sensitivity training for a few comments that he made about Brad Keselowski. So I think I guess it's all in the context and what they say.
Gotcha.
I guess it all depends on what they say and what to decide for NASCAR, what to decide for a punishment or whatever. So
yeah, I don't think any of them were fined. It's just like you said that Kyle Busch said something that was I like Kyle Busch, but I didn't like what he said either, because I have my youngest sister is a special needs person, and that it's kind of offensive to me. But I mean, I understand these guys saying these things. They're in the heat of the battle and they're talking, and people are throwing questions at them, and they've just gotten out of the cars and stuff. I mean, I get that, but sometimes you got to watch what you say.
I think Kyle Busch should have just went to one of his mainstays is, I'm here so I don't get fined.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, that was a heck of a race. Chase Elliott was in the lead and got spun out at one point too. So there was a lot of rooting and gouging going on in that race. And, I mean, it's everything I expected. I expected those kind of things to happen. I was just hoping that the people get knocked out of the way were the drivers I didn't like versus the drivers I like. Instead, it went the other way around.
Well, I think you said you called it, right? The last 50 laps were going to be wreck fest. So,
yeah.
And I thought it was kind of interesting, with Denny Hamlin talking about Alex Bowman, but I seem to remember Denny Hamlin putting the bumper to Chase Elliott.
Yep.
And it was really telling that there were so many fans booing Denny Hamlin at the race. And of course, Denny Hamlin said it was all Chase Elliott fans, but I don't think necessarily that's the case. But I don't know if he's playing the heel or, he doesn't care. He's in that championship 4, which is going to be Kyle Larson, Chase Elliott, Denny Hamlin, and Martin Truex Jr. Now, one thing that I noticed, and they put it up, is that Kyle Larson is 27, Chase Elliott is 25. They both run for Hendrick. Denny Hamlin is 40, and Martin Truex Jr. is 41. Denny Hamlin, I think, will be 41 in a few weeks. And they both run for Joe Gibbs. And I guess what I'm saying is that Hendrick has, the younger guys, and Joe Gibbs Racing has got these older guys. So Denny's never won a championship, and Kyle Larson's never won a championship. Chase Elliott and Martin Truex are going for their second championship, and Chase Elliott naturally is trying to repeat from last year. So,
yeah, we got a 50-50 shot of a new champion.
Yeah, and then eliminated Kyle Busch, and that's why he was only 3 points behind. Brad Keselowski -8 behind Ryan Blaney and Joey Logano.
Yeah, I hated that Kyle Busch didn't make it, but they lost it the week before in Kansas. They just didn't have a good race. If they had had a decent run there, they would have been in and Truex would have been out. But I mean, coulda, shoulda, woulda. It is what it is. I'm happy for Truex being in. I'm sad for Kyle Busch not being in. Brett Keselowski came out of nowhere there towards the end and made a really tough, really big charge at it. But he just, there wasn't enough positions for points ahead of him to make up the deficit he needed to make up. So the only way he was going to get in is if he won, because there just wasn't enough points available for him to make those up.
And one thing I saw was about Martin Truex, though, on one of the choose rules, where he jumped up like 5 positions because he took the line that nobody was really in.
Yeah, he went to the outside when a bunch of them went to the inside.
Yeah, and
that helped him a lot.
Yeah, so again, crew chief, whoever, somebody quick on their feet, the spotter, getting those points. So Phoenix is going to be awesome, and that's going to be the season finale 500 at Phoenix Raceway Sunday, November 7th at 3 p.m. Stages are 75, 190, 312 laps for 312 miles.
So you want to talk? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say practice is at 4 to 5 on Friday, November 5th. Qualifying 7 p.m. Saturday, November 6th.
Yeah. Do you want to talk about their cards?
Yes. Alex Bowman. We've talked about Alex Bowman's cards before. He's in a 2014 Press Pass American Thunder. He's got 2 cards in there. He's got his solo card number 7 and then 59. Alex Bowman and Ryan Truex, teammates. There are a few different color proof for those. There's cayenne, magenta, black serial number to 50, and yellow serial number to 5. There's also autographs. The white 25, blue 10, red 5. Brothers in Arms autographs. He's also in 2014 Press Pass Red Line. Card number 8, and then there's a few different parallels for that. Full Throttle Relics and Red Line signatures for Alex Bowman. Our highest finishing rookie, Anthony Alfredo, position 20. We've talked about him a few times this year, not as much as we've talked about Chase Briscoe, but 2019 Donruss, the next in line. A few versions of that. There's unnumbered holographic version, Cracked Ice to 25, and Explosion to 10. He's in the Panini Prizm driver signatures. It's about 10 different versions of that. There's an unnumbered version, camo unnumbered version, red, white, and blue unnumbered, and then green, blue, red, rainbow, gold, white, and black, and they're all serial number 99 or less. And then Victory Lane, Pedal to the Metal, card number 3. There's a gold version, 25, green to 5, red to 3, and black serial number to 1.
Cool. So let me ask you this. Have either of you guys done the playoff grid challenge on NASCAR.com for the Cup playoffs?
I have not.
I did it. I did it and started, and I just took the exact same picks that I had that we talked about at the beginning and put those in. And there's over 16,000 entries in this thing. I've done fairly well. I'm in 445th place out of 16,000 people, so not too bad.
Not bad at all.
No, and I think I would have done better, but what I had done is in my grid that I did originally in my spreadsheet, I had the race winners on the top, and then everybody else who I thought was going to finish in that like the round of 12, round of 8, and all that below those. I didn't realize that you had to have these things in the same order as the points order. If I had done that, I would have done even better. So this is just I just had them in the order of which I thought who was going to win what race and then put everybody else in after that. So I've done okay, all things considered. I think it's pretty cool. Next year you might want to play it.
Yeah, I have to look for that.
Yeah, the winner gets 10 grand.
Nice. I'll buy you some cards.
Yeah, the winner's got 300, or the leader right now has 313 points. I have 262. So I think I would have done a little bit better if I had known how they were going to score it. But that's okay. It's cool. I've had fun with it.
Sounds like it. And you did pretty well, or are doing well.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to put the same one I had in the beginning. I've got Kyle Larson as being the champion, so that's who I'm going to put for my winner. We'll see how that shakes out.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see, who wins and how that win would affect their cards. We know Kyle Larson right now; his cards are smoking hot. Chase Elliott's are not too bad. I think Denny Hamlin and Martin Truex are probably the lower of the four.
Well, it seems like traditionally, and I hate to say this about Denny Hamlin because I like Denny Hamlin a lot, and he has the FedEx affiliation, which is part of Memphis where I live, but he seems to be, and I'm probably gonna get some heat from this, but he seems to be like the Tony Romo of NASCAR. He just when it comes to the big moments, he just doesn't perform. And I'm hoping maybe this year, maybe he might shake that. Maybe he won't get frustrated and lose focus and things, and maybe he can pull this thing out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out on Sunday at Phoenix.
One moment.
Oh, there goes my Siri again.
Yeah, I was going to say, who does Siri have?
She said something about Tony Romo.
Still trying.
Yeah, she's still trying.
Gotcha. Yeah, you never know, right? It was one race, so it's kind of like the Super Bowl or whatever it is, and we've seen some interesting races. The one that comes to mind is when they put the wrong tires on the wrong side for Martin Truex, and then they put too much tape on Denny Hamlin, and Kyle Busch ended up winning that race. So that's why they race. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be entertaining, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And then moving over to F1, they were off last week, but the Mexican Grand Prix is Sunday, November 7th at 2 p.m. And the standings haven't moved since we've talked about it last, but Max Verstappen is in the lead over Lewis Hamilton by 12 points. So,
yeah, I say go Max Verstappen.
Yeah, for all the F1 lovers out there, yep. So we'll see. It's gonna be a tight race, I think, this season. So, well, let's switch gears over to 2021 Panini Prizm, set to be released. I believe they started taking orders today. Of course, when we're recording it is on Wednesday, but the product will be releasing on Friday when this show goes live. They had a pre-sale today at noon at the Panini website. I did not partake, but I know, Logan, you tried, and I know a few other people have tried. I saw some of the tweets today. I don't think there was a lot of success. I think the bots got them all.
Yeah, I think you can look at it in a couple of ways. One way, hey, yeah, Prizm NASCAR sold out in like literally less than a minute. And that's, that maybe that says something for the popularity of NASCAR. But then also you can look at it another way, like I'm looking at it. I was on there straight up when they went on sale. I had 5 boxes in my cart, and I went to click checkout, and the website told me that some products in your cart need to be updated. Please update your cart to proceed. So basically what that said was, it gave me the big middle finger, and just I didn't get any boxes of cards. And what I get it. I mean, there's a lot of people wanting to get those cards. There's bots. I mean, it's a big competition just to get some of those things. And I was lucky enough to get Chronicles last time, but when you got something in your cart, doesn't I always thought that, hey, that meant, okay, cool, you've got it. And apparently that's not what it means, because like I said, when I went to hit checkout, that's the message I got. I mean, think about it. If you go to the grocery store and you've got some toilet paper in your cart and some dude comes up and grabs your toilet paper out of your cart, you're not going to be happy about that. And that's very unethical and it's not cool. So I just don't understand why having something in your cart doesn't mean anything. That's the only problem I have with it. I mean, I love the product. I love everything else. I just don't think that that's very cool. I mean, I just don't understand it, but it is what it is. I get it. And I'll just have to buy some on the secondary market, or buy it from Blowout or David Adams or Marty's or, Steel City, whoever. I'm just going to go with whoever's got the lowest price, I guess. But yeah, that I wish I could have got some. I'm pretty sad about it.
Well, I understand what you're talking about, having it with the card. The only thing I've ever seen was like Ticketmaster or some of those places where they say, all right, you have the product and you have 3 minutes to complete or 5 minutes to complete checkout, and then it's going back into inventory or whatever. But
which would be way better.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think Topps does that either, but
No.
I definitely, I mean, you were on the website at noon and you were able to get it into your cart, but not being able to complete that. So I don't know if that would help or hurt the bots by doing something like that with that cart checkout. I guess it can't hurt because they're already scooping everything. They're already telling, I was thinking they're coming in and stealing stuff out of your cart, your toilet paper. So
yeah, they stole my toilet paper for sure. It was those bots.
So, but to your point, Steel City, David Adams, and Blowout have boxes listed. I think they're about 140 or 145. They were on the Panini side for about 120.
Yeah, so Panini had them for 120. Steel City is 140. Blowout is 145, and David Adams is 150. So they're all in the ballpark, but a little bit more than Panini out the gate, at least.
Yeah, I'm going to wait until they go live and see if the price goes down. I'm not going to do a pre-sale just yet. I'm going to wait till everything hits and hope that they lower their price when it comes time for those things to go live on their site. We'll see.
Now, wasn't this the price last week as well, like right in the 140 range?
I think it was.
I'm a little surprised with the fast sellout, just knowing how some of these people work. And I don't mean that negatively. I'm just saying I just know the process. I'm a little surprised that they've kind of stayed put on pricing with that kind of sellout and it being the week of release. I can see where maybe David Adams raised theirs. I don't know what theirs was, and same for Blowout, but Steel City looked like they kept theirs the same. So a little surprised at that, but I guess we'll see what happens, like you said on Friday, where it goes.
So I think Blowout up there is from 130 to 135. And when I looked, I guess it was earlier in the week, David Adams was sitting out there 140. So I think only Blowout had raised it 5, and Steel City stayed the same. But I think they limit how many they put out there, so I guess nobody can come in and buy, massive quantities.
Yes, definitely. Yes.
Out of their queue or whatever. So we'll see. I don't know. Maybe the demand's there. Maybe the demand is not there. The bots for that price. And when I was on Panini's site, I think I had seen National Treasures baseball for $1,200 a box. So Panini Prizm Racing looks really cheap at the 120. So everybody's buying it up, but I guess, and we'll see. The one thing is that, these folks, if they're not familiar with the NASCAR collectors, they're not going to bite on, $200, $250 a box. So maybe they think they can flip this quick, or whatever. So I just hope people open it so we get cards out there in the wild.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if the blasters come out this week or how soon they hit retail. But I'm also wondering, and I think Logan brought this up a week or two ago, that like every Chronicles blaster that we've seen recently, I know Val, I know you haven't seen them, but everything that he and I had seen was Target. So I'm curious to see if that continues as well. So, I mean, if you're looking for the blasters or Prizm, I would check Target first over Walmart. And then like with my Target that's local, they've been stocking new cards, very slim, but they've been stocking new stuff. But it's actually gotten moved to toys instead of being up front. So you kind of got to look in a couple different places. I don't know if it just depends on who the vendor is that week, like who's working the store or how they decide. But it's kind of been between the front and the back, but, checking both places for sure.
Yeah, you're right, Jason. I mean, Walmart just hasn't had any racing whatsoever, and that's weird. I don't know why, but something I noticed at Walmart last year when Chronicles was out is they didn't have any Chronicles when it was new, and it was like several weeks, if not more than a month at least, and then all of a sudden some Chronicles started showing up in Walmart last year. This would be the 2020. So I don't know if that's the same thing that's going to happen this time.
Right.
Because I keep checking the Walmarts, or the one that's close to my house anyway. And, like I said, nothing yet, but who knows? Maybe that may be the same case again. Maybe these distributors, I don't know if things are getting shuffled or what the deal is, but maybe that'll happen again. I don't know. I keep looking out for it. Maybe it'll happen.
I think the blasters will probably be a few weeks behind, if I remember right.
Yeah, I think it's usually 2, but it's that thing of, I think it depends on the vendor, like what day they're working or if they have stuff going on. But I think it's the typical wait time is 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, I've had various luck with that in the past with various releases. Sometimes it's like at my Target, it's come out like if something releases, let's say on a Friday, I may see it a few days later, depending on, of course, when the vendors stock it. But I mean, it's all a matter of timing. When did it get shipped there, and when did those guys get there to put it out? So,
right.
It could be a week, it could be 3 weeks. And I think you're right. I think it's going to be 2-3 weeks before you see them in the stores.
And then over on Panini's site, the Knights Lance blog, they have the quality control images out there, and they're showing the images of the variations for the 10, I think it was, Logan, we talked about. And
Yep.
It looks like for the drivers, some of the variations, if they're shown with trophies. And then I believe for the 3 ladies, they either have glasses or sunglasses or no sunglasses, I think, the way to tell those.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
But the quality control images look pretty good.
Yeah, I'm digging these cards. I like the photography. I like the way that they have the design. I like the colors. Some of those images they showed all the different color variations. The blue, the purple, the green. They're really, to me, these are really nice looking cards. I mean, I know Prizm is Prizm, and I get that, but I think they've done a good job on these this year. They really look very, I guess pretty is probably the best way to say it. They do. They look nice. Hats off to Panini. Hats off to Tim Trout and those guys. They've done a great job on this. I appreciate what they've done for us because these are going to be nice, and I sure hope I can get me some boxes so I can bust them.
And Jason, you were running a poll?
So yeah, we didn't have too much time to do it because it crossed my mind later this evening. Put a poll up on Twitter. It says simply, were you able to get Panini America Prizm Racing today from the Panini website? Answer options were yes, no, and I don't buy racing cards. 52 votes and 3.8% said yes, they were able to get boxes off the Panini website. But, of course, that goes back to what Logan said. They were sold out in a minute. So, I mean, the 3.8 was probably right on par for everybody. And then no was 42%, and I don't buy racing cards is 53%, which, we talk about all the time, where the racing ranks in accordance with the other sports. But just that difference between the yes and the no, and it's one of those things where you can't have a ton of answer options, but simply put 3.8% versus 42%, that's pretty rough, especially when it's coming. This is the same thing we've talked about for years. It's coming from the manufacturer, and you can only get it if you're in there in the first minute. And like Logan said, it's super frustrating. How does it happen all the time? But that I hate to see that difference between yeses and nos. It seems like with every release that Panini and even Topps puts out from their website.
I'd love to know how many boxes or cases they sell on the website. I'm sure it's not a bunch because, they're selling to distributors and going through the other route. So, was it one case or, 10 cases or 100 cases? I would think it's only a few cases, which means there's only, if it's 12 boxes to a case, maybe a few hundred boxes at most.
It's that argument, though. Why wouldn't you sell it to the customer for full price instead of selling it to the distributor at 50 or 60%, or whatever the percentage is? I'm
sure it has to do with contracts with distributors.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
But looking at the sales sheet, they, some of the new options or the new offerings, like the signing sessions, are very colorful that they show on the sell sheet. The checkered flag is a hobby exclusive insert, and then hyper red and blue is a hobby exclusive in the hobby boxes. You get 4 in a hobby box. You get 6 silver prisms and 4 autographs. Coming back this year is the Color Blast, which we talked about, and new is going to be the Lava Flow. Those are super short print like the Color Blast. And I think they have images up on the Lance Knight. I get that backwards. Knight's Lance in that photo quality control gallery.
Yeah, they've got the Lava Flow. They're looks like they're the last ones towards the bottom, along with the Color Blast, which is red, white, and blue. They're pretty. I keep saying that, but they're nice cards. I mean, I think they're really nice looking cards. And also those zebra cards, the zebra stripes, those look, I was surprised on how well they look, but they look really, really good. They got Daniel Hemrick and Sheldon Creed on here, and I'm digging those a lot. Those are cool. I'm going to have to try to get some of those.
Yeah, I don't know why they can't do that checkerboard pattern. I was hoping they would have that, but I guess we got denied again this year.
Yeah, they're going to do that on football.
Yeah. Don't get me started on that.
Yeah, we're going to do checker flag on football, but not racing.
They should have done the zebra on the football because of the referees, and they wear those uniforms.
Ooh, that's a good point.
So, but that's why we're not in charge.
Yeah, that's why we're not. Yeah, I always thought I'd be good in marketing. I always come up with a lot of cool ideas, but none of them seem to ever stick. But I'm looking at these cards too, and the stained glass cards are really nice looking as well. Those are sharp looking cards.
I think those. I believe they're called Liberty. I don't have the sell sheet in front of me, but I'm looking at the photos. The flag backgrounds, I like those a lot.
Oh yeah,
those look
the American
really
flag.
awesome.
Yeah,
those are nice, and I think Logan hit it. They're attractive, shiny, very colorful. So I could just imagine what they're going to look like in hand, as opposed to these images that we're seeing.
Yeah, and the good thing about these two is the autographs are on card, no stickers except for probably Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, correct. I think there was a blurb in the sell sheet. Let me see if I can find it here. With 4 different sets, and the vast majority signed on card. Look for autographs from all the top rookie and fan favorite drivers in endorsements, Prizm, Spotlight Signatures, Prizm, patent penmanship, and signing sessions, Prizm. Yep. So basically, majority signed on card.
Explain to
So
me why they cannot get everybody on card when on any given Sunday or Saturday, 50% of these people are together in the same location. It's not football, it's not baseball, it's not basketball, where the people's all over the country every day. How does that not happen?
probably because Panini probably doesn't go to every race, and I know, like we talked about before with Brad, he only, I guess, signs those at the shop, and he only signs the stickers. And I guess when they're at the track, they're not in that mode. They're there to practice or whatever, and run. And it's like bringing, I guess, a bunch of cards to the stadium on game day to get them to sign in one of the other sports. But you would think though that you could get them all. But I know for whatever reason, Brad only does those stickers, and then I've seen before, and I don't know if it's the same way this year, where William Byron and a couple others, I think Bubba Wallace was another one or Martin Truex, they seemed to sign after the season to get and so redemptions were given for those, those signatures or whatever. So,
But they still at least ended up being on card, those guys that were redemptions, right?
yes, I think, yeah, I'm sure all stickers are inserted at that time.
Okay, so I'm looking at these autographs, you guys,
Yes.
and there are some stickers of other people. Jimmy Johnson is one of them. His card, the card that they're showing, is a sticker. And Haley Deegan is a sticker. Haley, you can sign cards. Sign your cards, please. But she's a sticker. And then Ty Gibbs is just scribbling. I don't get that.
We've talked about his signatures before. I think Jason had brought some of that up.
Yep. And Val, you kind of touched on it. Logan, I don't know if you have any idea. So what is it with Keselowski that he's a sticker guy versus a on-card guy? Has there ever been something that came up or a story that came out?
I know it came out of the 2012 Ignite when it was auto-penned, and they had that issue with Press Pass having to go back and I guess get on-card autographs from Brad. And it seems like ever since then, Brad Keselowski has always been a sticker autograph.
Yeah, that makes sense. That satisfies my curiosity because that is before my time for racing cards, but good enough answer for me. I like it.
Yeah, you can Google that. Brad Keselowski Auto Pen 2012 Ignite, and Press Pass put out a release on that. And then you could send those cards to Press Pass, and they worked out getting all those collected and then sent back. And actually, they upgraded the patches that were in there because I think we talked about it when you were having those Ignite packs while they were thicker. So that autograph card had a memorabilia as well, and so it was a thicker card, and they kind of upgraded some of those patches in there. So you can still go on eBay and see, some of the auto pens if they're out there, and then the corrected version.
Yeah, I think that that auto pen deal left a bad taste in Brad's mouth, and he's just saying, "Screw it! I'm not going to sign any more cards. If you want my autograph, here's a bunch of stickers. You just put them out, wherever you want to put them, and just so be it." So But Val, you and I both have met him before at various events and the Hall of Fame and all that. And he's always been nice to sign stuff, and he'll talk to you and everything.
Mhm.
It's just, I just think that press pass deal just left a bad taste in his mouth.
It's funny that you say that, because to me, my first thought is, and I know we're sidetracking here, but like, to get a bad taste in your mouth, it's like he started that way with the auto pin. I mean, why else would you use an auto pin?
Yeah.
I don't know how that got started, but and it could be that, the same reason why Dale Jr. and Hendrick, they put that other sticker on there to verify that that's his signature. And it could be for Brad that he'd rather sign, how many sticker sheets at one time and then let Panini do what they need to do instead of send me, 1,000 cards this month and send me 1,000 cards in 3 months and then send me another 1,000 cards in, 6 months. Instead, he just signs them all, gets done with it, and then they can put the stickers on. He's like one and done kind of a thing, as opposed to having to do all these on cards and stuff like that. So
that would have to be the reason, because if you're signing a card versus signing a sticker, you're doing the same thing. So it has to be like what you're saying. I just want to do it once and be done for the whole year and save some time.
But to Logan's point, never had an issue with him in person. Kyle Busch is the only one that I've had wouldn't sign a card or whatever. But Brad's been, it's been years since I've gone there. But I know when he used to do like the discount tires and stuff like that, there was nothing saying that, you couldn't bring cards or nothing like that. So, yeah, I haven't really got an exact answer on that, but I guess is what we assume. Maybe it's one of those answers.
Yeah. Oh, one more thing about 2021 Prizm Racing. Last week, I tweeted out something about how excited I was about this and these cards coming out, and I couldn't wait. And I tagged a bunch of people. I tagged you guys and some Panini guys, and I also tagged Joey Logano and I think Kevin Harvick and them. And Joey Logano actually liked my tweet. I thought that was really cool.
That's awesome. Well, he's, I don't know, if an official spokesman or a de facto spokesman for Panini Racing cards.
Yeah, he is. I think, along with Cole. I think Cole Custer as well is another one. And of
Greg
course, you've got
Alding.
Greg Galding.
I'm glad you brought him up. Was he on the checklist? I never even looked last week when we were going through it.
I didn't check either. I assume he is. I have not gotten a deep dive on the checklist. That's my to do for this week.
Yeah, I haven't either. I've kind of fallen down on the job. Because I think I said last week that we would look at that and report that back, but I just haven't done it.
I'm looking right now, so I'll check on it.
Okay. Should we play the Jeopardy music while you're doing that?
Well, this is a good time to talk about, if you're liking this show about the 2021 Panini Prizm, you can check our archives for other topics that we've talked about, like the 1970 Fleer drag strips. That was episode number 7. Episode number 29 for the 1972 STP. Show 31 for the 1983 Uno, and also show 31 for the 1985 Sports Star Photographics. The 1987 and 88 World of Outlaws, show number 40, and the 1988 Max, show 38 and 39. Show number 48 from the 1989 Max. To name a few, you can check the archives of NASCAR Radio for some of those other sets as well, like the 82 Kidco, the 1990 Max, 1988 Max Earnhardt promo card. That's show number 42.
So what was the results, Jason?
The results are, after a quick check, I'm 99% certain he is not on the checklist. Like, how does this happen? Like, I don't understand.
Well, either they were taking photos or using the photos when maybe he wasn't racing, because he didn't race every race this year. He raced at selected races.
Val, I feel like you're giving them a reason to scapegoat on this. You only have to be there one time to get the photo.
Well, it would be nice to have a Panini car on the Panini card, and
That
the
is
Panini
true.
and the
That is
Panini
true.
driver's suit. So yeah, it would have been nice to have that. I don't know. Maybe I'm hoping that they're extending
Yeah, that was my next guess.
the negotiations or for sponsorship with the team next year, or if they're going to go with somebody else. I don't know. Gray is a great guy, super friendly, and I think he does the brand well, but
He seems like a good starting point, and maybe their contract or whatever has run its course. And with this being such a late release, maybe they just thought, okay, we'll just kind of move on quietly. I mean, all speculation, of course, but we'll
I don't know if I'm spilling any beans or whatever, but it seemed like Panini had gotten a good deal for advertisement dollars wise with Gray and the team. So I had read today about, I don't know if you guys saw what I tweeted out, that the charters have basically doubled in price. So there's definitely money coming into NASCAR now, where the charters were about 5-6 million and now they're about 10 to 12. And that charter system was basically put in place to, I think, after Michael Waltrip Racing kind of went under, and they really didn't have, I don't say any value or whatever, but they put all that time and energy in, and they went to this charter system where at least then they could have reaped some of the rewards of being able to have a, automatically qualify for a race, as well as some other options. So I think with the new Gen 5 car coming out, and it's bringing down prices, I think we're going to see a lot of interest and maybe new teams coming into NASCAR. So I think NASCAR is only getting bigger and better.
Yep, I would agree with that. I like I said, like you guys said, though, I would like to see a Panini car out there some way, somehow. I think that's a really good thing for advertising for them. I just think it would be a cool thing.
Yeah, definitely need more Panini sheet metal out there. I need a Panini hood. I need the back end of the car that's got the Panini on it. So
yeah, get the bumper.
Yeah, there was one out there in that racing warehouse. Me and Jason have talked about them before. You can get sheet metal and hoods and windshields, and as well as gear, and I saw actually some gas cans out there too that were pretty cool for a few $100. Get your own official gas can.
Yeah, remember we've seen people come up to the Hall of Fame with gas cans and getting those things autographed.
Yeah, they're actually pretty spectacular. You get enough autographs on them. Yeah, we've seen all kinds of stuff at the Hall of Fame, sheet metal getting autographed and other things as well.
Yep, for sure.
A lot of helmets and cards and other stuff. So,
yep. So, do you want to talk real quick about give an update on the Big Lot blister packs?
Do it.
Well, I'll do my update, and then Jason can talk about what he experienced. I had forgotten that there is a Big Lots down in Mississippi, not that far away from me. I've got 3 in Memphis, and I had been to those. So I said, okay, I'm going to go down there, check it out. So I went down there, I think it was Saturday, and I got down there, was really excited. I go in there, I see the cards, I see some of those racing ones, I get up to them, and then it's like, wah, wah, wah. There were OCC Orange County Chopper cards in those packs. It's like, really? Oh, so they had 3 of them out of the 10 that had NASCAR cards on top of them. The rest of them all had Orange County Chopper. So I bought those. I haven't opened them up yet, but I thought that was a big fail right there. I'm not going to spend money for Orange County Chopper cards. The only cool thing I guess would be is if you were lucky enough to pull an autograph of like Mikey or the old man or any of those people. But yeah, that to me that was a big fail. So I was disappointed. So anyway.
All right, my turn. So I bought 3 blister packs, 2 packs in each one. The ones that I bought, there were, like I said, 3 different ones, and they had Ignite packs on top from 2013. First pack I got a Joey Logano Hot Threads Fire Suit relic card. So I was pretty pumped about that. I thought it was going to be a good run. And then the next 2 packs did not do so well. Just got the thick white decoy cards. But kind of like Logan said, one of mine were, so the blister packs, you can see the front pack, but you can't really see the back. You can kind of tell the color, but they're so tight that you can't really move them around. So 2 of them had the Wheels Main Event 2010 packs as the second pack. The third one actually had the Orange County Chopper pack as the one you couldn't see, which I was not so disappointed. I kept it for my unopened pack collection. So I was okay with it. However, the 2010 Wheels, I'll show you guys because we're doing video. These cards, these main event matchups, these are the worst cards in the history of racing cards. Every time I get one of these, I think it's backwards because they look exactly the same front and back, and they both have all the copyright information on both sides. I hate these cards because I always think they're backwards.
They have the playing cards in them?
I didn't get any. I really didn't do well at all except for that relic. The rest of the cards kind of sucked. No Kyle Larson rookie, which I was kind of hoping for, but the rest of them kind of sucked.
Yeah, those main event cards, I remember those cards, and I have the same thoughts that you do, Jason. I thought that when those things came out, those things were terrible. I didn't like the front and backs like they were that looked the same. That you just couldn't tell which was which. And I wasn't a fan.
So what year is Danica's rookie? Because she's all over the front of those Ignite packs.
She's in 2010.
Okay, that's
Element.
A few years before. Okay.
Yeah. And I can't remember if the main event, is that the one that was with Texas Hold'em was going on and they had the playing cards in it and then the poker chips and the blaster boxes and.
Yeah, I've got some of those poker chips. I got quite a few of them actually because I bought a bunch of blasters.
But I think we talked about the main event. I think it was main event. We had the 2 different colors of playing cards.
They had the red back and the blue back. I think the I can't remember. One of them was in retail. One of them was in hobby. I don't remember which was which. I think red was hobby.
I think so.
So what else do we want to talk about? I mean, we're already, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're kind of over. So I was going to kind of wrap it up here. If there's anything else we missed, we want to talk about.
Nope, I think we're good.
Yep.
All right. Well, thanks everybody for listening. We'll be back next week with our review of the champions. We got a few other surprises coming in the next few weeks. So for me and the guys, thanks for listening. Thank and like the podcast. Share NASCAR trading cards with your friends. And for me and the guys, we will talk to you next week. See ya.